These two pennies might look ordinary, but their hidden errors and rare variations have collectors on the hunt. If you have one in your collection, you could be in for a surprise. In 1984, the U.S. Mint was in the midst of a transformative era, striving to balance time-honored traditions with the demands of a rapidly modernizing nation. Among the myriad coins that rolled off the production lines, the penny, a small and seemingly insignificant piece of metal, carried the weight of a long legacy. Minted with precision and care, these coins were emblematic of American craftsmanship and history. Yet, in one fateful production run, an error occurred that would forever alter the narrative of the humble penny. A subtle misalignment in the intricate design escaped the usual quality controls, silently setting the stage for a discovery that would captivate collectors for decades. In an environment where every detail was meant to be immaculate, this imperfection spoke volumes about the unpredictable nature of manufacturing and the inherent fallibility of even the most advanced processes. Years later, a dedicated collector, whose life had been a tapestry of countless coin hunts and quiet moments of awe, uncovered this anomalous penny tucked away in an old family album of numismatic treasures. The coin, though unassuming at first glance, revealed a distinctive irregularity upon closer inspection. Its design, once a model of uniform perfection, now exhibited a delicate misprint that disrupted the familiar symmetry. The collector felt an immediate surge of exhilaration, as though fate had handed him a key to a hidden chapter of history. Each etched line on the coin whispered secrets of its origin, drawing him into a world where errors were not flaws, but rare gifts waiting to be understood. In his hands, the penny transformed from a mere piece of currency into a symbol of serendipity and enduring mystery. Over the ensuing years, word of the penny's error began to ripple through the numismatic community. Collectors, historians, and enthusiasts started to piece together its mysterious past, intrigued by its blend of accidental artistry and historical context. The coin's value, initially unremarkable, underwent a subtle yet dramatic transformation. In quiet auctions and private exchanges, bids began to climb, reflecting a growing recognition of the coin's rarity. Experts debated whether this misprint was a mere oversight or a serendipitous byproduct of experimental minting techniques employed during a period of intense innovation. Each new appraisal added layers to its evolving narrative, as collectors and historians alike speculated on the precise moment and cause of the anomaly. In this interplay of error and opportunity, the penny was reborn as an emblem of both chance and change. Diving deeper into the records from the U.S. Mint, the collector uncovered hints of a chaotic backdrop during the early 1980s. Amid economic reforms and technological upgrades, the Mint was grappling with the dual pressures of heightened production quotas and the introduction of new machinery. Documents hinted at a brief experiment with advanced engraving techniques, aimed at enhancing the durability and detail of coin designs. However, the transition was not without its pitfalls. The innovative process, although promising, was plagued by unforeseen challenges that occasionally resulted in misaligned dies and errant impressions. It was during one of these transitional phases that the error in the 1984 penny emerged. Not as a product of negligence, but as a rare, unintended consequence of an ambitious yet imperfect experiment. This discovery added a layer of historical irony. The coin was a physical manifestation of an era that celebrated progress while wrestling with the inherent unpredictability of change. Amid the growing intrigue, the collector discovered an unexpected twist that redefined the coin's lore. A meticulous researcher had recently unveiled evidence that suggested the error was not a solitary incident. There were indications that a small batch of pennies had undergone the same experimental process, each bearing a slightly different variation of the misprint. Yet, among these, the 1984 penny stood out for its particularly striking deviation. The misalignment was not uniform, it manifested as a subtle but deliberate shift in the placement of the date and mint mark, altering the coin's balance and creating an almost three-dimensional effect. This peculiar characteristic lent the coin an aura of mystique and artistic flair, as if the error itself was a hidden signature of the experimental process. The revelation opened up a realm of possibilities, suggesting that this coin was a bridge between conventional minting and an uncharted realm of innovation. In subsequent years, the coin's ascent in the world of collectors was accompanied by a dynamic evolution in its perceived value. Initially, it was a modest curiosity, attracting interest from a niche circle of enthusiasts. But as more information surfaced and the era's backstory became intertwined with a broader narrative of technological experimentation, its desirability surged. Auction houses began to report bids that soared well beyond the expected range, each new sale reinforcing the coin's emerging status as a rare collectible. Market analysts noted that the coin's value was influenced not only by its physical rarity but also by the romantic allure of its accidental artistry. The gradual climb in value served as a reminder that sometimes, imperfections carry a weight of historical and emotional significance that far outweighs their apparent flaws. The coin's journey did not end with rising prices and heightened interest. Its physical characteristics continued to spark debate among experts. The misalignment, though subtle, disrupted the conventional flow of the design, creating an interplay of shadows and lines that was both unexpected and intriguing. Some argued that the error imbued the coin with a unique vibrancy, as if the imperfection allowed it to capture a fleeting moment of creative divergence. Others maintained that the error detracted from the coin's intended design, a blemish on an otherwise flawless piece of minting. This duality of perception only deepened the coin's mystique, as collectors and scholars sought to reconcile the apparent contradiction between artistic merit and production oversight. In the eyes of the dedicated collector, however, the coin's flaw was not a mark of deficiency but rather a testament to the unpredictable nature of artistic creation. As the narrative of the 1984 penny error continued to evolve, an unexpected nuance came to light that would forever change its legacy. In a series of interviews with retired mint officials, it was revealed that during the experimental phase, certain die sets were intentionally altered to test the limits of new engraving methods. The resulting coins, though produced in small numbers, carried subtle markers that differentiated them from standard issues. The 1984 penny with its distinctive misprint was one such example. This revelation cast the error in an entirely new light. It was not merely a random mishap, but a deliberate, though ultimately discontinued, foray into innovation. The coin thus became a bridge between eras, embodying both the rigor of traditional minting and the daring spirit of experimentation. For the collector, this twist underscored a profound truth, that even in moments of error, there lies the potential for extraordinary value and meaning. Each time the coin is examined, its story deepens, inviting both critical analysis and heartfelt admiration. It serves as a poignant reminder that even mistakes can become masterpieces. In the quiet world of numismatics, this errant penny stands as a timeless emblem of innovation, imperfection, and the unforeseen beauty of human endeavor. Collectors cherish its legacy, forever marking an era. In 1986, the United States Mint continued its routine production of the Lincoln cent, a coin that had become a staple of American currency for decades. The penny, composed of a copper-plated zinc core, was intended to be as uniform as possible, each one a mirror of the next. Yet, beneath the hum of the minting presses and the systematic rhythm of production, something unexpected occurred, a variation so subtle, yet so significant, it would take years before its true value was understood. The journey began in the hands of an unassuming collector, a hobbyist who had spent years sifting through pocket change, rolling coins between his fingers, searching for anomalies. One evening, as he emptied a handful of pennies onto his desk, something caught his eye. At first, it was nothing more than a gut feeling, an almost imperceptible difference in texture, a strange misalignment of the design. He turned the coin over, examining its surface with a magnifying glass. A chill crept up his spine. This was not an ordinary 1986 penny. There was something wrong. As the collector meticulously compared the coin to others from the same year, the distinctions became undeniable. The lettering appeared slightly doubled, almost as if it had been stamped twice but shifted ever so slightly. The date bore a shadowy outline, and the edges, where smoothness should have prevailed, had an odd, rippled texture. Could this be a double die error? Or was it something rarer? A minting mistake so elusive it had gone unnoticed for years? Doubt lingered, but curiosity won. The collector reached out to numismatic experts, each one offering a different theory. Some dismissed it as a minor anomaly, a curiosity but nothing of great significance. Others, however, hesitated, recognizing that not all mint errors are immediately understood. He sent the coin for professional grading, and the waiting game began. Days stretched into weeks. The anticipation grew, the mystery deepening with every passing moment. Finally, the verdict arrived. The coin was, indeed, an error, a rare variation of the 1986 penny, a mistake that had slipped through the rigorous quality control of the U.S. Mint. The specifics? A double die obverse, with distinct doubling on the inscriptions and the profile of Lincoln himself. Not just a slight misalignment, but a genuine flaw embedded in the very design of the coin. What had once been a simple penny, a coin barely worth the metal it was minted from, now held a newfound significance. The collector, his hands trembling slightly, watched as its value climbed. At first, a few dollars. Then, as word spread, the price surged. Online forums buzzed with speculation. Coin dealers scoured their inventories. More specimens surfaced, each one further confirming that this was not an isolated incident but a genuine minting phenomenon. The value of the coin fluctuated wildly, some selling for mere hundreds, others fetching thousands at auctions. Each new sale set a precedent, a benchmark for the next. And yet, an air of uncertainty remained. Would this error hold its worth? Or would it be forgotten, overshadowed by newer discoveries and more dramatic mistakes? Then came an unexpected revelation. A numismatic researcher uncovered internal mint documents from the mid-1980s, hinting at an issue during production that had been quietly acknowledged but never formally addressed. A misalignment of the hubbing process had resulted in a small batch of pennies bearing the double die error, but rather than halting production, the coins had been allowed to circulate. Whether by oversight or deliberate decision, the mistake had been left to vanish into the endless sea of currency. The knowledge sent ripples through the collector's community. This was no ordinary minting error, it was a glimpse into a decision made behind closed doors, a moment in history preserved in metal. Collectors scrambled to locate more examples, prices surged once again, and the humble 1986 penny secured its place among the rarities of modern numismatics. For years, it had gone unnoticed, slipping between fingers, rattling in change jars, lost in the daily transactions of an unaware public. And yet, in the right hands, under the right scrutiny, it had transformed, a simple cent turned treasure, its worth determined not by its composition, but by the story it carried. A story of oversight, of chance, and of the relentless pursuit of those who refuse to overlook the smallest of details.